Welcome back, beautiful souls, to the Sovereign Goddess podcast. Today, we are leaning into an important and sometimes uncomfortable conversation: the difference between soulful spirituality and spiritual bypassing. And this time is in regards to the tools that we use. So, the tarot cards, crystals, affirmations, pendulums, oracle decks. These tools can be powerful allies, offering comfort, clarity, and deeper connection. But sometimes, without even realizing, we use them to cover up our emotions instead of facing them. We pull a card instead of sitting with our grief. We light sage instead of naming our anger. We repeat an affirmation instead of tending to the wound underneath. This episode is about reclaiming the truth. How do we use spiritual tools in ways that deepen our healing rather than distract us from it? How can we honor the magic of tarot or oracle cards or crystals while also being radically honest with ourselves? Together, we will explore why these tools feel so comforting and where they can fall short, how to recognize when you're bypassing emotions instead of healing them, and simple, grounded practices you can pair with your rituals so they support real transformation. This is a conversation for empath seekers and sensitive souls who are ready to use their spirituality as a bridge into deeper authenticity, not as an escape from it. So take a breath, settle in, and let's explore the truth together. Hello, hello, lovelies, and welcome back to the Sovereign Goddess podcast. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah Bonsu, the host of this beautiful podcast. And I'm also a goddess activator, a divine mentor, intuitive divine channel, and empath, empath supporter, actually intuitive, highly sensitive people supporter. And my mission is to empower women to return back to their power and also to empower empaths to move from drained to feeling confident in their gift as a superpower. So I love what I do, and this is one of the ways that I try to share these tools with more people so that they can find their way back to themselves. So welcome back. So how many of you own a tarot deck or oracle deck or a pendulum or have crystal jewelry, whether it is, kyanite or jade or turquoise? How many of you work with these tools? I was having a conversation with friends of mine, and one of the women asked about her pendulum. She asked if we have the ability to change the outcome of the pendulum. So, for example, if the pendulum gives you a yes when you really wanted a no, are you able to change it with your energy? And of course, the answer is yes. And it got me thinking about how people use these tools, crystals, pendulums, all these spiritual tools that we see. They're here to be our allies, right? They're here to help us to dig deep into ourselves. And a lot of people tend to use, especially when it comes to the tarot cards and the oracle cards, they tend to use it as an instant gratification or more like surfacey, right? With the, am I going to meet this person or not? Yes or no, right? And I see more people refusing to go deeper and to allow these tools to take them deeper. I think I shared an example where, let's say you're feeling sad and then you're like, oh, I need to clear the energy, right? And so you light a Palo Santo or sage and you do your thing, you clear your energy, and you expect that feeling to go away. But that feeling is there for a reason. And until you actually sit with it, sit with the uncomfortableness of it, it's not going to be healed or released. The Palo Santo is not going to do anything. The Palo Santo and the sage come in when we do the work, so they can come in and kind of clear it off. It's like, okay, it is done, right? That's when our allies, these crystal allies, these plant allies, these, oracles and tarots can really come in to help us to get to the root of things, gain clarity, gain direction too, and then move from there. I remember it. This is the very reason why I stopped doing tarot readings. But at the beginning, I would do it because it was just, for me, it was fun and it was a beautiful way to help people go deeper. And so, of course, I drew people who really wanted to dive in, and it was glorious. But every now and then, I would attract people who would come in and they didn't want to hear about the true work they needed to do in order to gain the outcome that they're seeking. I remember there was one woman who came to me and she made it very clear that she's seen many tarot readers and they've all said the same thing to her. And I remember when she said that, I was like, so what have you done in regards to the message that you've received, since it's the same message over and over? And she could not give me an answer. She's like, I think what she said is that that's why she was there. And I immediately I told her, I was like, well, if you've been receiving that same message over and over, most likely it will come through here. I don't know what message that is, but we'll see. So I did the reading, and the whole time she was nodding. She's like, yep, that's what they said. Yep, yep, yep. So eventually I stopped and I was like, okay, so here's what you need to do in order to gain what you desire. These are what you need to do. And until you do that, even if you receive that answer, until you take the steps, until you face it, until you heal it, it's not going to do anything. And it wasn't an answer she wanted to receive. And I realized that. Hence why she's going from one tarot reader to the other to the other. She's expecting someone like the reading to do the work for her, which that's not what the cards do. And actually, I think this is the reason why, well, to finish that story, at the end, I ended up refunding her, and just telling her to do the work, and she wouldn't need another reading, that all of that will come to fruition for her. And so I really hope she did, because she had a beautiful, beautiful future that was ahead of her if she did take that path. But if she didn't, she would continue on the same path she was on. So I'm really hoping that she did start taking the little steps, right? I think this is also one of the reasons why people are so afraid of working with the tarot. Why I love the tarot is because it has this no BS energy to it. The tarot will tell you exactly what you need to hear over and over and over until you get it. Like you cannot fool the tarot. Like I was talking about the pendulum, where you can actually move or change the direction with your energy, with your will, right? With the tarot, you can't. What you get is exactly what your soul wants to tell you. And so you get people who are very frustrated with the tarot. It's like, oh my gosh, I keep receiving this card over and over. I don't want to do it. I want something positive. And I feel like a lot of people go to these tools just to receive the positive, and maybe that's why also more people prefer oracle cards versus tarot, because oracle cards feel lighter, right? And so they want that positive, which there's nothing wrong with receiving that positive light. But if you're not doing the work, it's just like putting bandage on the wound without really addressing the wound itself. It's just like sticking a bandage on there without cleaning it, without giving it what it needs to heal, right? So these tools are more potent for us when we listen to its guidance and take the steps. Our crystal allies work powerfully with us when we get to wear them, when we tune in with them, when we connect with them, when we hold them, when we touch them, when we meditate with them, right? When we attune them to our energy, they're able to really support us on our journey. Versus if you bought the crystal and then you put it somewhere and then you left it there and it's just collecting dust. It's not going to do anything. It's just sitting there collecting dust. That brings me to the next point. These tools don't hold energy, they're not powerful in themselves. What gives them that power is us. We give them the energy because they're supposed to be attuned to us and then guide us from there. So usually, I find people going, using these tarot or oracle and expecting that tool like they kind of look at it like, oh, you are my savior. The deck is, you are my savior, give me the answer that I need, heal the wound, take away my pain. And it's just a tool, the tool that you're supposed to harness. You are the wielder of these tools, right? So these tools are, they get their power from us. It doesn't mean that they siphon off power. Okay. It's like when I grab my oracle deck and I attune to it, I put it on my heart and I breathe into it. I actually clear it first, right? I clear my deck first. I put it on my heart and I think about what it is that I need clarity on. I bring in the question, and then when I'm done, I just pull the card, right? So I'm attuning the tool to me, asking a conscious question. I'm asking a question that it will be able to guide me on. Does that make sense? And then from there, I can use that to dive in. So I'm not just looking for a yes or no answer, right? I'm looking for a mirror. Show me what I need to see. Show me what steps I need to take. Where do I need to go? Where should I pull my energy? Right. And when you ask these deeper questions, it takes you deeper. That's the work, right? It's not a yes or no. Yes or no doesn't do us anything. It kind of gives us that instant gratification. Oh, yay. It says I'm gonna meet my soulmate. And then, it's like 5 years later, it's like that card said I was gonna meet my soulmate. Yes, the card did. But did you do the work to prepare you to meet your beloved? That's the part. When you ask yes or no questions, you get the answer, but you don't get the how. You don't get the guidance that will take you there. And that's where the bypassing come from, right? When we use these tools as a cover up, when we use it to, like, the instant gratification, when we use these tools to affirm only the light or the positive while ignoring the shadow, our trauma, those tough experiences, our the heavy emotions, that's when the bypassing comes in. And like, I could just be like, okay, just do your thing, right? Have fun with it. But here's the thing, we have these powerful tools that can actually help us, that can help us gain the clarity, achieve what we want to achieve. It can help us so much more than how we've been using it. So the purpose of this podcast episode, after listening to this, you are inspired to co-create with these tools. The next time you grab your oracle deck, you understand that it is attuned to your energy and will guide you accordingly. Any other way, and it's just a waste of its purpose. It is a tool to guide you, to help you gain clarity, to help you go deeper into yourself so that you can find the answer. All these tools will lead you deeper into yourselves so that you can find your own answer. Right. So before I go there, let's talk about why these tools feel so comforting, why we reach for them, right? Especially when we're going through a lot or when we just need that support. The first part is because it connects us to something unseen. It connects us to something bigger than us. Right. When we pick up the oracle, we feel like it's attuned to spirit, the voice of spirit, the voice of God, the voice of the divine, the voice of the angels, right? And so we, especially if you have a, for example, an angel deck, right? You're like, oh yes, I'm connecting to the angels, please help me, right? There's a comfort in nature to that, where it's like, I am calling in the help of the angels. The next one is they speak to the unconscious mind. It helps soothe our mind and our nervous system. So it does this through imagery and colors, and so we're able to physically get that feedback, which soothes our nervous system. It also gives us like a ritual safety. So, for example, there's something that happens when you light your sage, and you kind of do your clearing around your body. It slows us down. It allows us to be present in that moment and take some deep breaths in so we can truly face whatever it is that we need to face. right? Again, it suits our nervous system when we do that. It gives us the opportunity to pause for a little bit and be fully present in that moment. Also, it provides empowerment, right? It is nothing like pulling a card that confirms what you already know intuitively, right? Where you already know, and you're like, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going to take that step. Okay, I'm doing it. And here's the thing, from there, I want to go into this. That's the thing. These tools will confirm what your soul has already told you, what deep down your intuition already knows. They will not tell you anything that you don't already know. And that's actually one of the ways that you know you are truly using these tools in a proper way, in a way that empowers you. Is when what you receive, the messages you receive already resonate, like it resonates with you on a deeper level. It's like, oh yeah, I already knew that, right? Like deep down, you're like, yeah, I already knew that. They will never tell you something that you don't already know. I love this. I love this so much. Okay, so before we move ahead, I want to go to where they can fall short. So I've talked about a couple of examples. So the external dependency, where we expecting these tools to do the work for us. The instant gratification, right? The yes or no questions. If we're always looking to the cards and the crystals to do the work for us, then we're never gonna do we're not gonna take that step to actually dive in deep to receive what we need to receive from that process, right? Avoidance, right? When we pull a card and it doesn't, like especially when you pull a tarot card and you're like, oh, I don't like this answer. And then you pull another one, you're like, oh, I don't like this answer either. And you keep pulling instead of pausing and asking or diving into that card, even though it feels uncomfortable, right? There's a truth in there. That's why you pulled it. That's why your soul moved it, right? It's your energy operating here, right? Instead of just looking at what it is that is, what the invitation is, you just keep moving. You just keep pulling cards and hope that you will receive what your ego wants to receive, right? So the next level, I was talking about the surface level comfort, right? Where it's like putting like the bandage on. They can, like these tools can soothe the symptoms without really touching the root, right? It can be temporary, where, what you pull an angel card, you hear a message, you're like, oh, okay, okay. And then you wake up the next morning, you're still feeling that ache. You pull another card and, and it, right? But you're not really sitting with it. You're not contemplating the messages. You're not really spending time and asking more questions like, what do I need to know about this? What does this mean, right? Like spending time with it. And of course, the last part is the spiritual bypassing, when we use it to only focus on the light and the shadow instead of actually doing the work, right? So here's the thing. I'm going to read this to you. I wrote that down. The truth is, these tools are not bad or wrong. They're beautiful allies, but they are meant to be doorways, not destinations. They work best when they bring us back into our heart and body, not when they replace the deeper work of actually feeling and healing. Again, like this is why one of the reasons why I absolutely love the tarot. I use it. So, for example, in the Goddess Unleashed program, the tarot is one of the tools that we use to help the women dive deep into themselves. And if you use it this way, it's like you will know yourself more more than anything. It's no BS. What you get is what it is. And it can scare a lot of people because now you're getting to see parts of yourself that it's unconscious, right? It's unconscious and it's coming to the surface. These tools have the ability to bring your unconscious to light so that you can truly face it. So you can see what it is that you need to see. It shines the light on all the dark places so you can see what it is that you need to see. So, how do you know if these tools are helping you versus bypassing? This is something that is subtle, but you will feel it in your body. I talked about that earlier. So, when you use it in a way that helps you, these tools will act as doorways that will always lead you deeper into yourself. Versus it would take you outside of you or only show you the light. When your ego is in lead, right, and you just want to hear the good stuff, not the what you need to shed in order to manifest that good, right? Like the example of the lady. So when it's helping you, the tool will usually confirm or clarify something that you already sensed, like you already knew. Like it's always like, oh yeah, that has come in, or yep, I know. Yep, I know, right? It's going to confirm something that's already true within yourself. When you use it in a way that bypasses is when you use the tool to distract you from the real reason or to cover up, whether you're covering up the emotions or the truth of the experience, but you're using it to distract you, take you away from yourself, or to cover up the truth. That's the bypassing portion of it. Because remember, I'm going to say this again, these tools are powerful allies. Like when I'm walking, the goddesses unleashed students through connecting, even the elevated empath too, where I'm connecting them to their guides and allies. Sometimes they get shocked because they see crystal allies, they see plant allies, right? It's not just the angels, archangels, ascended masters. These beings are all here to support us. And decks are something that we've manifested that we can physically use. Just like with the plants and the crystals, we can physically use to support us on our journey, right? So the sweet spot is when the spiritual tools amplifies our courage to face what is real, not to mute it. Okay. All right. So here are some grounded practices where you can pair the tools with the emotional healing. So this is something that I bring into the Goddess Unleashed a lot, where each month this tarot card, major arcana that represents your journey. And that whole month is about really getting to know the card. So they pull the card and they meditate on it, they journal around it, they talk about it, they share, like there's a constant contemplation around it, right? So you're not just pulling the card and be like, oh yeah, and then putting it away and then pulling another one. They're actually spending time with it and allowing that to be a doorway to themselves, which the major arcana represents us, right? So when you work with it, it's telling you something about yourself. And so these cards are doors to our the truth of who we are. And when you sit with it, when you contemplate, when you journal with it, it would take you to yourself. So you can even ask something like, what is this card reflecting to me? Instead of saying something like, what does this mean? Or, why did I pull this card? I mean, you can ask these cards, but there are deeper questions that can take you deeper. When you say, what is this card reflecting to me? Especially if you're working with the major arcanas, it is about you. It's about the core truth of who you are. So you say, what is this card reflecting to me about myself? And it would be like, well, let me tell you, right? So next one, like using crystals with breath work, or even like wearing crystals. So you set an intention with your crystal and you wear it. So this is my crystal ally for the whole entire year, and that's a white jade, right? Each year there's a crystal ally that comes. There's also a plant ally too, as well as all the, ascended masters, goddesses. But physically, I also receive physical allies who can guide me. So I wear mine throughout the year. Like every day I wear this, and the intention, I know what is behind it. I know why I wear it, and when I touch it, it's that reminding myself of the support that I get. I spend time understanding what the crystal means. So what is the energy that the white jade carries? I learned about that. It's like, oh, that really matches my intention. Because when I receive these allies, I have usually I don't know why they show up, but then I spend time throughout the year connecting the dots, and it always aligns with exactly the challenges, the the blessings, like all of it. It really shows up to support me in every way. And so I wear it around. Most people will wear it as a necklace or rings, right? You can even hold the crystal or place the crystals on your body if you are a healer, usually, or you've been to a healer where they put the crystals on your body as they play, let's say like the singing bowl or tune and forks, right? They are such great allies when we can place it on our physical bodies because they are physical allies. The same thing with plants. When we light the sage and we take a deep breath in and we set that intention, please clear the path for me, the path in front of me, behind me, to the right of me, to the left of me, above, below, and show me, light my path, guide me through this. Clear anything that might be in the way of my journey. Clear anything that might be in the way of my journey, right? And then you go around, you clear your body and you clear your home, right? There's an intention, there's a conscious intention behind it. And these plants can truly support you. Sometimes, like drinking a rose tea where you hold the cup of tea and, you connect to your heart's desire and you speak a little prayer to the cup of tea with the rose, and then you take a deep breath in, right? You breathe in that rose. It's like bringing in your senses. It awakens your senses, right? Like you can use these, you're meant to use these physical tools in a physical way, right? To really support us physically. Affirmations. Ooh, you can use affirmation. One, this is a cool way to use this, where you pair affirmations with shadow work. So the way you do this is like, like, have you ever said an affirmation or a series of affirmations and you're like, that does not sit well with me, or that doesn't resonate with me, or for some reason it doesn't feel true to me. Again, this is an invitation for you to dig deeper. If you speak an affirmation and it doesn't land, ask yourself, why is this affirmation not landing? What is in my way of receiving this truth within myself? Right? You can use it to dive deeper. You can use it to dive deeper in your journey to discovering what is hidden within yourself. Right? What There's something in the way that's preventing you from receiving the truth. Right? Whatever that truth is. Everyone's journey is different. Also, another way of using this in a way that is authentic is pairing oracle cards with emotional check-ins, right? So before pulling a card, like I was telling you, like placing your hand on your heart, I grab the whole deck and I just place it on my heart and I clear it with my breath of light, or sometimes I'll tap on it to just set the intention to clear the energy. And then I'll place it on my heart and breathe into it, connecting my energy with the tool, right? And then I'll ask the question and then pull the card and then really journal about it. Look at the images on the card. Like before you even read what the card means, spend time looking at the symbols and the colors, because all of those tell you something. And when you do that, your inner being will tell you what that card is about. Like in the Goddess Unleashed, it's really cool when especially some of the goddesses pull the same cards. And it's cool to see how one card appears differently for each of them, because depending on their journey, it's going to support them or show them different pathways. And it's really cool to see how these tools, these doors that open for each of them, and how different or how it weaves, it comes together for them. It's quite fascinating. So using it as an emotional check-in, you can ask something like, what am I truly feeling right now? And then pull a card and see, right? What am I really feeling right now? You can also ask, what am I not seeing? Ooh, this would be a good one. What am I not seeing that I should be seeing? Where do I need to put my energy this week? Right? When I used to do the goddess energy forecast, this was the main theme of it, where it's like I would pull 3 cards and I would walk you through a meditation to center yourself, and then I would ask the statement like, where do I need to put my energy this week? And then I will ask you to receive a number, 1, 2, or 3, and then intuitively a number will pop up for you. And usually when I read what the card represents, it goes right in line with what it is that already that you need to put your energy. Maybe you had already decided you were going to work on whatever that was, right? These tools, when you use it in this conscious way, can be a bridge between you and spirit and source, and especially your own divinity, your own, the truth of who you are, your core self. It can bridge those two. Your higher self. Ooh, using the cards as a bridge between you and your higher self, right? It can be very potent in when we use these tools in that way with that clear intention and consciousness. Using these tools as a guide to know yourself better. Know yourself on a deeper level. Again, remember, these tools are gatekeepers, they're gateways. Every time you pull a card, you're opening a door to yourself. Every time that a crystal comes to you, which you know that crystals choose us, we don't choose crystals. Have you ever bought yourself a crystal and then you got home and it disappeared and you never found it again? And then perhaps someone else who needed it found it somewhere, right? You're like, I put it right there, but then it's just gone, right? Crystals have a way of doing that. They, like I always tell my clients when they go in to buy a crystal, I tell them to ask which of you can support me the most, depending on whatever they need that help. Whether it's healing, whether it's manifesting abundance, whether it's finding a peace of mind. They look at the crystals and they say, which of you can support me the most? And they take a deep breath in, place your hand, and then just kind of hover your hands over the crystals, and usually one of them will scream out. Whether I've had people where the crystal falls and hits their, like, hits them or hits their feet or the top of their head, or they feel vibration come off a certain crystal, or they feel a warmth, right? When you ask the question, the right ally will show up for you. Not everything is for everyone. White jade might not be for you, right? Or it might not be for you at this time. Maybe it's going to be for you for, in the next 5 years. Who knows, right? But when we ask the questions, when we really stand in the truth of who we are and what we need, and we ask the question from there, then our true allies can truly step forward to come in to support us. I get it when we use these tools as like the bandage, or as focusing on just the positive, because we do live in an intense world, and sometimes we just need that pick me up, right? That what I'm asking you to do is not to take these tools for granted. Even if you just pull in that card, like I ask some of my clients to pull a card every day, so that card, the message guides them. It's almost like they use it as an intention, for the day, to guide them through the day. Something like that is very simple, right? You don't have to dive in too much, but it's the conscious awareness of it. This card popped out because I was ready to receive the answer, whether I want to hear it or not, right? We got to trust the process. We got to trust that what these tools are showing us is only taking us deep within ourselves, rather than taking us away from ourselves. If you are using a tool where you're like, this doesn't feel right, it's not aligned with you, right? You need to reconfigure, you need to recenter, and then ask the question again, which of these allies, which of you are here for me or can help me with this, and allow the right ones to show up for you, right? Just like we have spiritual allies, we have physical allies. That, the plants, the crystals, they're all here for us. They're all here to support us. We have to be open to their support. They're all here to guide us back home to ourselves, right? If you have, a crystal ally or plant ally, or even your favorite tarot or oracle deck, go ahead and grab that, because I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk you through. I don't even know if it's a meditation, but definitely it's gonna be a light language transmission coming through, where it will help you clear these tools. It's gonna align your energy with these tools. So next time you're using it, it's gonna be a soul truth. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be any random question like a Chinese fortune cookie thing, right? That's not why you have these cards. You're using these cards to give you clarity, to give you more information about who you are and your path, right? So let's clear the energy. Let's get it aligned with your highest truth. So with your higher self, with the divine. That way, from this point moving forward, when you use these tools, it will be in the highest alignment and support for you. So are you ready? If you have any of these with you, just bring them, because we're going to be blessing them all. We're going to be clearing them and attuning them to the highest vibration for you, so you can truly use them in a way that empowers you. Okay, shall we begin? Let's do it. So again, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. I want you to place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. Let your breath slow, grounding you in this moment. And I want you to imagine, see, sense, or feel a soft light surrounding you, holding you safe as you journey inward. Now take a deep breath in, into your heart and out. Imagine you breathing in that breath of light. Allow that light to anchor within your heart, opening the doorway within your heart, allowing your higher self to come through and step forward. We're going to expand that light outward so they can create that bubble of light around you. And as you're doing that, go ahead and receive the light from above, from the heart of Source, and the light from below, from the heart of the Divine Mother, and let those two lights merge within your heart space. And again, from there, once it mixes in with your own divine light, allow this to expand out, creating that beautiful bubble of light around you, that bubble of love around you, that bubble of support, divine protection around you. There you go. It is from this place where you're anchored to heaven and earth and your own divinity, your own truth, that you are ready to use these tools. I'm going to call in the guides and guardians from all the different realms of allies to come through. And whichever tool you have in front of you, I'm going to call in the beloved angels, Archangel Michael, to come in and to just clear the energy of all these tools. Any energies that are not in alignment with you, we clear it now. Aria shurumornogia harana aranda hiki shunomogoya. Take a deep breath in and out. Any energies that is not for your highest good, we clear from all time, space, realities, from all these tools, whether it's crystals, whether it is oracle cards, whether it is tarot cards, we clear it now. And at this point, this one especially is geared towards your crystal allies and your plant allies that you have with you. We're going to ask for the true essence of these allies to be fully activated within the crystal or the plant now. It's funny because some of you, I'm getting that water is a huge ally for you, which means you need to be drinking more water. I'm getting this, it just popped in. Drink more water. Water wants to support you physically. I want you to envision, see, sense, and feel these beautiful allies glowing in their true essence. And just breathe in that essence. I want you to tap into gratitude, welcoming them into your space, into your life, and thanking them for showing up to support you. And if there's a certain way you would like to be supported at this time, go ahead and speak it into the plant or your crystal ally at this time. Actually, you can go ahead and do the same thing with your deck. So Oracle or Tarot deck, go ahead and grab them and speak your intention into them. How do you want these beautiful allies to support you? Morno koshuro no korea diaria takaya. Morno sono no koia sharanta idea. Take a deep breath in and out. Go ahead and place these tools. If you have many of them, do them one at a time. Place them on your heart and again extend that gratitude to them. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for guiding me. If you're holding Oracle decks or any type of decks, thank your higher self for coming through these tools. So you can say, higher self, use these tools to talk to me, to reach me. There you go. You're attuning these tools to the highest frequency, the highest level of love, the highest level of divine light. Surrounding all your tools in divine love. There we go. And divine light. There we go. The tools are now ready for you to use. Before reaching for your tool, whether it's a card, a crystal, or an affirmation, I want you to first ask yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? And breathe into your heart space. Name the emotion that rises. Maybe it's grief, fear, anger, or maybe it's joy. There's no right or wrong answer, just honesty. Take a deep breath in and out. If you have a tarot or oracle deck nearby, go ahead and shuffle and pull a card. And if you have a crystal, just hold it gently in your hand. And if you don't have any of these, go ahead and bring an affirmation to your mind. There you go. Now look at the card, hold the crystal, or begin to repeat the affirmation. And ask yourself, is this reflecting back what I'm already feeling? Or am I hoping it will take me away from it? Is this reflecting back what I'm already feeling? Or am I hoping it will take me away from it? Take a deep breath in. Remember, again, there's no right or wrong, just honesty here. And notice your body's response. Comfort, grounding, resonance. That's when the tool is helping. Restlessness, avoidance, or the urge to pull just one more card, that's when the tool may be hiding. Now go ahead and take 3 deep breaths in. With each inhalation, I want you to say to yourself, I welcome my truth. I welcome my truth. And with each exhalation, repeat, I release what no longer serves. Release what no longer serves. I release what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me. Take a deep breath in. I welcome my truth. I welcome my truth. Exhale. I release what no longer serves me. I release what no longer serves me. Now let your tool be a mirror, not a mask. Let it guide you deeper into presence, not away from it. Now place both hands over your heart. and whisper silently, my tools are my allies. My heart is the true oracle. My tools are my allies. My heart is the true oracle. My tools are my allies, and my heart is the true oracle. Take a deep breath in. Really feel this affirmation ripple through your body, sealing the practice with truth, clarity, and sovereignty. Take a deep breath in here and out. Beloved ones, as we close today's circle, I want to honor the courage it takes to look beyond the shimmer of the tools and into the raw honesty of the heart. May your tarot cards always guide you inward, not away. May your crystals amplify your truth, not silence it. May your affirmations become bridges, not blindfolds. And may your spirituality be less about perfection and more about presence. Yataranduk orondo shitia, narandai shoromokoi tiaranda hishitia, naranda kiki shutukomokoi begeshin nai tiaranda karanda shutorum otea. Remember, the greatest oracle is your own soul. The clearest crystal is your open heart. And the most powerful mantra is your willingness to feel. The greatest oracle is your own soul. The clearest crystal is your own open heart. And the most powerful mantra is your willingness to feel. Nara sat aranda ki shut ok ornia. Tarna sea shut ormok oeshiti. Naranda ki ke shut oria tarana. As you step forward from this space, may you carry your tools as companions, not crutches, and may they serve your healing, your embodiment, and your courage to live fully. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. It is done, and so it is. Take a deep breath in, coming back to the fullness of you, coming back to your heart, your body, into the room that you're in. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to hear from you guys. I want to invite you, if you haven't joined my free online community, the Goddess Chamber, please come on in there because I want us to start conversations in there. And of course, if you have any questions, drop it in there. Drop it into the forum. I'll find it. I'll answer it. The link will be below. Come join it. Again, it's free. But I want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite tools that you currently use? And in what way has it helped you to deepen into your magic, into the truth of who you are? And what questions do you have about what tools, you're feeling called to use? What questions do you have about oracle cards, tarot cards, crystals, plants? Like what questions do you have? Let's start this conversation. So come join us in the Goddess Chamber. Let's get this going. All right, my dears. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It felt like it's something that needed to come through. Because again, we have to remember that our allies go beyond just the spiritual, like the ascended masters, the angels. Like we have physical allies that we can constantly use, we can touch, we can wear, we can feel, we can smell, right? That are here to support each of us on our path. And when you understand their purpose and also how we can consciously work with them so that they can truly support us, it is gold. The more allies we wake up to, that we become aware of, the more we will realize that we are truly not alone on our journey and have never been alone on our journey. All right, my dears, from my heart to yours. Until next time, goodbye.